What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Pull List with Ryan. And it is another Wednesday. Technically, today is Thursday. It is National Comic Book Day. I honestly had no idea it was National Comic Book Day until Pulp Fiction, shout out to their Instagram page, posted about it. And they were giving away a free comic book, which you'll see in a little bit. Now, yesterday, I didn't get to fill my pulls. It was a very busy day, tough day as well. But I've already gotten the pulls from yesterday, and there were some comics that I needed to purchase, which was The Thing issue number 5 and Superman Unlimited number 4. So hopefully I get to pick those up today, and there is a free comic book that I'm super excited to pick up at Pulp Fiction because I missed out on it last week for Batman Day. So that's a hint. And guess who's back? Leslie is back in the building. To those who've been wondering, where have you been?
So, Slim Shady is back. The rumors are true. I've been really busy with school, and then this past weekend I got really sick, but I feel a lot better now. Definitely better to be around people. I don't want to get anybody else sick. So it feels good to be back. I missed you guys so much.
Yes, and also since we did pick up our comics yesterday, Leslie and I, we're still going to go through the pulls that we were looking to get and the pulls that we got. And also, fun fact, this is the last new comic book Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, until we hit October. But we got a lot of comics coming out in October. I'm super hyped about that. But we can start with Leslie. She said she does have a very short list for her pulls. Let's see what you got.
Alright, so my pull list for this week, technically my individual one is really short, it was just one, which was Beneath the Trees, Rite of Spring, issue number 3. I haven't read at all like these issues, so I don't know whether it was good or it's not that good, but I know I'm gonna love it regardless. I was such a big fan of the first run that like I can't see myself not liking it. Also, I can't like read this and then have to wait for the next issue to come out because I devoured the first one. I read like the trade paperback of the first one, and I can't even imagine having to wait like until the next issue came out. So that's kind of why I'm collecting it before I read it. And then also I have Absolute Wonder Woman number 12 and then Spider-Girl number 4. I'm not caught up with Wonder Woman and Spider-Girl. I haven't started reading, but that's just what I have on my list because I want to get into these. So yeah, but these are also going to be part of Ryan's pull list. I will say though, I was looking at upcoming issues number 1, and this doesn't really have anything to do with this week, but I'm excited about it. If you guys already know, I love horror stuff, and I like horror video games as well. My favorite is Little Nightmares, if anybody's ever played that game. And that's an upcoming issue 1 later in October, I think. So I'm really excited. But we'll talk more about that later. I just really had to throw that out there.
Yeah, honestly, when Leslie showed me that, I had no idea, because when I look at upcoming issue number 1s, sometimes I miss those little things, or either I miss them or they just sneak it in, like you were saying. Because I always try to look a month ahead, so maybe I do miss those titles. But that is Leslie's pull list. Really good to have you back, Leslie. Everyone's been waiting for you. Yeah, it's not the same comic book Wednesday without Leslie, honestly. But with my pull list, it's fairly, I would say, average size. So let me take a look here. So for this week, I did take out some comics that honestly I feel like I just don't need to read them right now, like the History of DC Universe issue number 3. I unsubscribed from this list because it was $6, and on top of that, I just feel like if I'm going to read something like that, it better be in like a trade paperback form. It's essentially like an encyclopedia of DC history, so I got rid of that. And then I also dropped Ultimate Hawkeye issue number 1. I know it's a one-shot, but that's just something that I don't need to add to my pull list and increase the cost of my pulls because I already have a lot of pulls. But starting it off, like Leslie said, Absolute Wonder Woman number 12 and Spider-Girl number 4. Thor, which you already mentioned. The one that I'm honestly looking forward to the most, besides Absolute Wonder Woman, is the Mortal Thor #2. The issue #1 of Mortal Thor, like I mentioned before, I never liked Thor. I never got into the movies, which I now want to give it another shot. It was just so good. Next is the all-new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #2. Super long title, but the ending of issue 1 when Gwen's friend gets killed. I'm not going to go into too details if you haven't read it yet. It's really cool to have another Spider-Gwen to catch up to, because I know there was there was a run before this. But yeah, there's a new run for this. Death of a Silver Surfer #4 is another one. Emma Frost, the White Queen #4. This is also a very limited run series. I think it's only up to 6 issues. Oh, 5 issues actually. So one more month and we're done with Emma Frost, and I'm so happy that I kept reading this, just because it was really good story to get to know Emma Frost and then the different mutants in the world and how she is a part of all of that, especially with the X-Men. Next is Mr. Terrific Year 1 #5. I am super behind on this series. The only reason I'm behind is I don't have issue 1. Either I'm gonna have to buy it for resale because I don't think they're gonna reprint. I'm gonna have to borrow it from someone. I have no idea how I'm gonna get my hands on issue 1, but once I do, I'm gonna catch up really, really easily. Next is Superman Unlimited #5. Been a solid run. Not the best Superman run in my opinion, because there's so many Superman that I'm reading. I feel like just reading 3 or 4 ongoing Superman titles right now is a lot. I think that's one of the mistakes that I made as a new comic book reader, just because I love Superman so much, and just getting every Superman title possible is the stories get mixed up, you know. And sadly, I just found out about this today. The Thing #5 is a limited series run. I had no idea that this was gonna end in 5 issues. Honestly, I'm okay with that. It's a great, and then it's instead of Marvel forcing more issues on top of this, because this is one of the few Marvel titles that I just enjoy reading. Besides Ultimate Spider-Man, and issue 21 is out as well. Again, I'm behind on this because I haven't read my trade paperback, but once I do, I'm gonna catch up as well. So that is pretty much our polls for this week. Shout out to Leslie for being in this video. We're gonna wrap up our video later on today. We're probably gonna go to a coffee shop so Leslie can continue her studies. And I'm gonna show you all a book that I'm currently reading. Yes, the Pool List with Ryan is reading a physical book.
Yay!
I haven't read a book in so long, since I've been like deep into comics, and honestly I've missed it. I really, really have. And I also love comics. I just need to find a perfect balance of time of reading comics and also reading physical books, fiction, non-fiction, self-help. Oh, all those titles I love, sports, you name it. But be part of our day. I'm so excited that you guys are here. Thank you again for watching. And I'll see you all on the next clip, wherever coffee shop we're going to. Did you find a coffee shop?
I sure did. I think you're gonna like it.
What is it called?
You'll see it right now. I texted it to you.
It's a surprise for you and a surprise for me. All right, y'all. We're here for the free comic on National Comic Book Day. Leslie, excited?
Sure.
She is back. Pulp Fiction in Long Beach. Here we go. Alright, so not so great news. I had no idea The Thing #5 was the last issue, and I didn't know that this was a mini-series, and Pulp Fiction sold out of The Thing issue #5. So what we're doing is we're going to another comic book shop. We haven't been here in a while, but it's Amazing Comics in Long Beach. So here we go. Wish me luck. So, shout out to Leslie for taking us and surprising me with Cyclops coffee. When I found out what it was supposed to be, well, number one, their coffee was really good, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so the reason Leslie was super excited to take me here is based on the pictures that they had of Cyclops coffee. They had a bunch of comics, right, on the wall?
Yeah, they had like posters of like heroes and different comic books.
Yeah, so they didn't have that, but they had something small. It was like paintings of different versions of Wolverine. Here, I'll show you right now. But what I really liked about the place is the seating was great. The coffee was great. I got to edit the video just a little bit, but I didn't get the chance to talk about the book that I was reading. That's a Leslie for driving.
I don't like those.
Look at her live footage of Leslie driving. So I get to be a passenger prince today. Feels so good.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. All right, so I didn't get to talk about the book that I was reading while I was in there, just because everyone looked like they were locked into their work, and I didn't want to disturb them by like filming a video in the middle of the coffee shop. But the book that I'm reading right now, that's getting me back into reading books, is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I know this is a comic book channel, but I want to talk a little bit about this book. It's like 800 pages. When I finish reading this will officially be the biggest book I have ever read in my life, I think. I read a lot of books last year, like 12. 12 is a lot for me, but none of them were this length. Basically, if you haven't heard, Stephen King is one of the most popular authors of all time. He typically writes horror movies. Horror books. And I don't like horror, but I love U.S. history, and I love stuff like this when it comes to time traveling, like I mentioned before. I would say the theme of this book is like a sci-fi historical fiction. But what I really like about this book is I've seen this show before, 11/22/63, starring James Franco. Basically, what this book is about an English teacher in like the middle of 2010s, and he runs into a friend of his who's an owner of a diner somewhere in Maine, in the state of Maine. And it turns out that in the restaurant, in the pantry, there's like this walking area where when you walk in, you time travel back to the date September 9th, 1958 at 11:58 a.m. The reason I bring that's a specific time is because it's very important. I'm not going to spoil anything, but that's a way to go back in time to that era. Now, there's also another critical character in this book. His name is Harry Dunning, who is a janitor who actually wrote an essay Jake Epping, the teacher, got to read, and basically talks about his childhood and the trauma that he encountered. The trauma he encountered was that his dad ended up killing his entire family except for him. He was the lone survivor, which really messed them up. And get this, it's not a coincidence, but that happens also in 1958, like near Halloween. So it's a month away from the day that they time travel there. Now, Al, the owner of the diner, really wanted to go back in time, and he was trying to figure out what's the best way to utilize this. In 1958, the next closest big event was 1963, November 22nd, which was the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And he thought to himself, maybe I can stop Lee Harvey Oswald from shooting and assassinating John F. Kennedy. Because as a result of that, maybe the Vietnam War doesn't happen because Lyndon Baines Johnson doesn't become president. Thousands of Americans die. Also, maybe Robert Kennedy doesn't get assassinated, JFK's brother, and then maybe MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., doesn't get assassinated in Memphis. So there's a lot of cool things that are happening in this book. It's not scary so far, and I don't like scary. I'm surprised, but honestly, this is slowly turning into one of my favorite books of all time. It could possibly become my favorite book of all time by the time I finish reading this book. And I'm 100 pages in. I've only started since yesterday. I've had this book for a few months now, but I've just been seeing it everywhere on social media. A lot of people are reading it. I highly, highly recommend it. If you're into that topic, if you're into Stephen King books, read this book now. Are you going to read it, Leslie?
Probably not.
What? Did you like the show?
I like the show, yeah, but I don't really like historical fiction all that much. Unlike Ryan, I'm not really like a history nerd or anything. So yeah, I don't think I'll be reading it. But I do like horror, so I will read other Stephen King books. One that's on my list is called The Long Walk, I think, or The Longest Walk, one of those. That I am interested in, because I believe that's a show already, or it will be a show soon. Yeah. So I might pick that up.
Ooh, thank you, Leslie. That's exclusive take from Leslie's library. Remember, like I always say, to subscribe to her channel for book reviews. And I'm not going to turn this place into a book channel, but you know what? At this point, I'm going to show you guys all my hobbies, all of them. And this is one of them. So thank you for allowing us to take this little short break from comics, and let's get back into it. All right, y'all. We are back to regular scheduled programming. Thank you all for giving me the space to talk about my first ever book review on this channel of 11/22/63. As you can see, it's a completely different day. I shaved. I look different. I'm wearing a different outfit. Leslie's not here. Leslie's at work now, actually, and I have to go to work. So I'm going to try to wrap this video up in a different way than usual. Just show you the different comics that I picked up. And that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed so far. But leading us off is Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 12. This is the cover, eh? Next is Superman Unlimited number 5. The Thing issue number 5. I'm so happy I found it. I went to 3 comic book stores to find this title. I had no idea until yesterday that this was the end of the Thing series. It was a short run. And I got cover A. I was debating between this or the variant, but whew, I cannot wait to see how this ends. Death of the Silver Surfer issue number 4. This is a really cool cover. Emma Frost, the White Queen. We got one more issue, and that is a wrap for Emma Frost. Spider-Girl issue number 4. Look at that. Look at that cover A. Next is the all-new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. So far, the first issue was a banger. Next is the Mortal Thor issue number 2. Look at him holding a hammer with some lightning in the background. Such a great cover. Next is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 21. And to finalize everything... Oh, actually, before I wrap things up, this is Leslie's pull, and she's not here right now. She's at work, like I mentioned. Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees the Rite of Spring, issue number 3. So, the free comic book that Pulp Fiction was giving out on National Comic Book Day, and no purchase was actually necessary. I missed out on this last week on Batman Day. My third copy of issue number 1 of Absolute Batman. This is the free copy they were giving out, is Absolute Batman, issue number 1 on Batman Day. So cool. I mean, they were selling it for $3 if they weren't giving it away for free. I don't think I would have bought it because I have multiple copies of these issue number 1. But yeah, that wraps up today's video. Again, I really, really appreciate all of you for your patience. I know I didn't get to post on New Comic Book Day itself, even National Comic Book Day, but I wanted to make sure this video goes up before the weekend. So if any of you are still deciding on what comics to get, I hope this helps. But that wraps up this video for today. I appreciate all of you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Pull List with Ryan. If you want to keep watching me, yap, talk about life, and all this type of stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, I will see you all on the next New Comic Book Day, next Wednesday. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.